Cool. All right, so we're going to talk about the market. We're going to talk about the real estate market. And I'm going to share my screen a lot with you this morning because there's quite a bit to share. So let's go ahead and go right to that. All right. Cross your fingers, I share the right screen. Okay, there we go. Now, let me scroll down. Let's see if I can get the graph on this. All right, that's the next slide. All right, so existing home sales jumped 14.5% in February to a seasonably adjusted annual rate of 4.58 million. The numbers that you've heard shared by me and by a lot of real estate experts has been much lower than that. I think about a year ago, actually, third quarter, fourth quarter of last year, most economists were predicting sales for 2023 anywhere between 3.6 and 3.8 million homes sold. And what we're seeing is we're actually seeing a trend towards 4.5 million sales, 4.58 million sales in 2023. February was the largest increase that we've seen since month-over-month increase that we've seen since June a year ago. The inventory of unsold existing homes was unchanged prior to the month of January at 980,000. And at that rate, we have 2.6 months supply of inventory. Please write these numbers down because this is the local economists of choice conversation that you're going to be having with your clients as you share what's going on in the real estate market. All right. Let me move everybody's picture so I can see. All right. You're looking at a graph that shows all the way going back to 2019, just under 5 million homes sold. That dropped in April of 2020. Everybody remembers what was going on in April of 2020, right? And then by December of 2020, that had made a major comeback, and we actually had, and by December of 2021, we were about 6.3 million homes sold. Now, that number decreased significantly over the next year and a half, as you can see, until we got to December of 2021 or December of 2022, and February of 2023, we saw an increase projected from 4 million homes sold to 4,580,000 homes sold. And that was largely based on February's increase of 14.5% in home sales. Now, what's causing this? Well, I'll give you two reasons that I would tell you are, in my opinion, this is the reason why we're seeing sales increase. Home buyers are taking advantage of rate decline. So watch the interest rates. As the interest rates go, the market will typically follow. And as interest rates got to 7.5% or higher, everything really slowed down. Now, as those interest rates dropped, buyers started jumping back in to take advantage of the lower interest rates. Why? Because they believe the interest rates are going to go back up again, and they want to take advantage of those lower interest rates. By the way, that's a great conversation that you should be having with your clients. Watch the interest rates. You want a reason to call your database on a monthly basis, whether they're buying or selling. Just keep them up to date with this kind of data. Keep them up to date with interest rates, especially people who are on the fence buying. They're 30 to 60 or 60 to 90 days out from buying a home. You may want to let them know, hey, interest rates just dropped. This may be a really great time to take advantage of that versus waiting another 90 days. Now, the other thing that I would say has an impact on home sales is stronger sales gains in areas So you watch in areas where home prices are decreasing. So where you see prices start to drop in different parts of the United States, you'll see more homes being sold as buyers are taking advantage of the price reductions, and also local economics adding jobs. All right, I gotta move everybody's picture again so I can see this again. Great, went the wrong way. Hold on a second. There we go. Next slide. All right. The number of single-family homes sold in Florida from 2012 until in 2021, U.S. home sales surged to 6.1 million, up from 5.6 million in 2020. 6.1 million was the highest month since 2006. If you look at the real estate market, there were 6.52 million homes sold in 2006. And then as you could see, that gradually decreased and then suddenly decreased to a low of 4.2 million in 2010. It started to creep back. And in 2012, most economists would tell you this is when prices started to make a comeback. This is when the real estate market started to shift from a buyer's market to a seller's market, and prices started to increase, and watch the gradual increase all the way up into 2021. We still don't have the final numbers for 2022, but the number they're projecting is 5.95 million, and the new adjusted number for 2023 is just over 6 million homes sold. That's pretty huge. All right, now I also looked in the state of Florida because I live in Florida and I want to see what's going on in the real estate market here in Florida. Number of single family home sales in Florida from 2012 to 2022. All right, never mind, that didn't pop up. So we're going to go into 4 key factors that drive the market. All right, here they are: demographics, interest rates, the economy, and government policies or subsidies. If you want to study the real estate market and you want to see where is the real estate market going, pay attention to demographics. Do you live in an area where you have a lot of people that are buying second homes, retirement homes? Are you in an area where the real estate market is a vacation market? By the way, if you study the real estate market throughout the entire United States, the South is doing better than the Midwest. The Midwest is doing better than Northeast, and everybody is outselling Western part of the United States. So pay attention to that. Pay attention to interest rates, the economy, unemployment, or the possibility of the percentage of unemployment going up will cause people to pull out of the real estate market as they start to lose confidence in whether or not, am I going to still have a job 6 months from now? Am I going to buy a home? Am I going to be able to afford this home a year from now, 2 years from now that I'm buying today? Pay attention to the economy. The government can have an impact on the real estate market through local policies and subsidies. All right, looking at interest rates, mortgages, nope, sorry again. Let's look at homes that are delinquent. So 30 to 89 days delinquent on mortgage payments. If you look at January of 2010, that was a high mark, 4% between 2008 and 2010. 4% of US homeowners were behind on their mortgage 30 to 89 days. That number, of course, decreased all the way to January of 2020, January of 2022, but you're still at about 1%. So there are approximately 83 million homeowners in the United States. This is really simple. So we just take 83 million times 0.01. It means there's 830,000 US homeowners that are 30 to 90 days behind on their mortgage. Why is this important? Because one of the areas where you can start looking for more business is with people who are behind on their mortgages. In other words, hello, Jennifer. My name is John Dietz. I'm a real estate agent with Blank Real Estate Company. I specialize in helping homeowners avoid foreclosure. And who do you know that might be behind on their mortgage payments? If you're not making these calls, you should. The number of distressed sales that are happening right now is still really low, but they are happening. And it's a bucket of opportunity that most people are ignoring. It's an opportunity for you. Now, here's what I would do if I were you. If I were you, I would get into just Google. All of this information is easy to find, and Google is your friend. Get into Google and start searching your local market. Okay, if you live in Charlotte, for example, the number of homes sold in Charlotte year over year, March, or that those numbers aren't out yet. February is out. February of 2023 over February of 2022, or long-term number of homes sold in Charlotte, average number of days on market, existing inventory, the months of supply of inventory. You just keep going and going. You can't get enough data. And this is the information that is going to make you the local economist of choice when you're speaking to buyers and sellers, when you're speaking to your friends, when you're speaking to your sphere of influence and your past clients. These are the numbers that you want to share. Now, one more thing before I give you guys a chance to jump in here and ask questions. You may be asking yourself, okay, this is really encouraging. I'm really glad to hear this, but the market is tough. The market is really, really hard right now. Matter of fact, it's harder now than it has been in a long time. All right, facts. Now, why is that? Because in addition to the number of homes being sold increasing, the number of real estate agents that are getting into the industry is also increasing. Your competition today is higher than it has been probably for 10 years. And as more and more real estate agents get into the market, it becomes tougher and tougher to get your unfair share. Here's another way of looking at it. There's 980,000 homes on the market in the United States today. That's less than one home per real estate agent that has a license in the United States. NAR's membership is at about 1.6 million. And there's 980,000 homes for sale. In other words, competition is fierce. If you're going to survive to thrive in this real estate market, you're going to have to get really, really good at going to get your unfair share. All right, recap. The market's better than we thought it would be. The market is actually showing indications that it's making a comeback, and 2023 could be very similar to 2021. Local economies are going to make a difference in what the market does where you are. Prices of homes, if prices are coming down, the number of homes being sold is going to go up. If jobs are good where you live, or there's businesses moving into the area, those people, they're bringing employees, thousands, tens of thousands of employees, and they need homes. So pay attention to that. That's going to have an effect on your market. And then, do you live in an area where demographically you have a lot of second homeowners, or you have vacation homes? And if that's the case, who are you going to market to? How are you going to market to them? How are you going to attract the buyers that are moving into your market? All right, ton of data. And talk to me.
Hi, I'm Jessica Rodriguez. How are you guys?
Hello,
So
Jessica.
I wanted a couple of weeks ago, you also gave us we had a little data day as well, and you told us to start researching our market and all of that. And I found this website that I wanted to share. It's I can share in the chat in a minute. It's where it's Money Walks, and it shows you where people are moving their money. So it's an interactive map. You can see a lot of people from California that are moving here. So I'll share it so you can see where people are moving to and from in your state.
It's awesome, Jessica. Thank you for sharing that. By the way, where's here for you?
Oh, I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay, got it. Next.
Well, I'll chime in.
Hi, Beth.